live their lives, that Muhammad, Krishna, or the Buddha are the way. Still some believe it's right to say in the name of Jesus when you pray. We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Some say God's a him, and still many believe that he is a her. Does God live in our hearts, or is she somewhere out there in the universe? We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. How far will we have to go before we learn the lesson? Gandhi was a Hindu, Martin Luther King a Christian. Regardless of religion, they knew love was the mission, and it all comes down to one. Is there no God at all, or a pantheon of gods up in the sky? We can heal our broken heart if we give up the desire to be right. We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and we all want the same things: health, love, prosperity, and peace. Tolerance is the seed, and the gift of your acceptance is the tree. We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Whether you are red, brown, yellow, black, or white, a man with a husband or a woman with a wife, we can debate until the end of time who's wrong and who is right, but we can see ourselves as one, 'cause it all comes down to love.
Purpose statement. Our purpose is to create a spiritual community that recognizes that there is one presence and one power in the universe, God. Daily, we actively practice this spiritual truth. We open our heart space to each person to acknowledge one another as expressions of God. It is in each other that we see God.
May our hearts be open. 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 May our hearts be open.
Good morning, Open Heart. I'm so glad to be with everyone today. Let's pause and take a few deep breaths together before preparing ourselves for today's gathering and for today's message. Today, I'm grateful for this opportunity to be together again, wherever we are, some nearby and some far away, some in this moment and some being with us later. Wherever and whenever you are watching, let us take this opportunity to calm our thoughts, to be ready for the gifts of our gathering, knowing that we are all connected by Spirit, and knowing that the more we are able to let go of all the distractions, all the to-dos, all the what-ifs, the what's next, and to just be in the present, listening deeply, the more our hearts will be able to receive today's words. I see us all now being present and open for today's journey. Amen, Ashe, and so it is.
Grateful for the things that have been done. Yes, I'm grateful for the victories we've won. I could go on and on and on about the words, because I'm grateful, so grateful just to be here now. Flowing from my heart are the
What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream for this Sunday, January the 7th, 2024. That's right, the first Sunday in the brand new year, in the year 2024. I want to welcome you to the Heartstream, and it's so great to have you once again joining us. For all of you, each and every one of you that's out there, Happy New Year. I'm so glad to greet you in this brand new year, and for all that is unfolding for us and all that this brand new year has in store. As the theme for this month says, expect more in 2024, and that's what it is that we're going to do. So many things to talk about, but first of all, I do want to acknowledge that our brother Cedric Moore is in the Highlands Rehab Center, 3549 Norriswood Road, right there close to the campus of the University of Memphis. And if you would like to stop in and see him, you can go and find him there. I would also like to acknowledge that Malika Salam, a woman who had been a part of Open Heart for a number of years, a while back, made her transition last week, and she had moved from Memphis to Florida. And we want to remember her family, remember her children, her other loved ones in our prayers. Continue to send healing energy and comfort and strength and encouragement to all of them. Malika was a very vibrant person, very vibrant member of Open Heart when she was coming. There's some things that she did to help improve our reach via social media and other ideas that she brought. And I was really excited about her being a part of Open Heart. And then all of a sudden, she had some opportunities to come up for her in Florida. So she did move from Memphis to Florida. So we remember Malika. There's something that I'd like to talk about today. There's something that we've not done or tried before as a part of Open Heart, but we're in a new year and we're trying new things. There is a conference, it is a virtual conference that is taking place January the 26th through the 29th, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 full days. It is the Dream Builders virtual live event. That is something that Mary Morrissey, who is a New Thought minister, she's a teacher, a coach, a businesswoman, has so many things that she's doing, but that she sponsors, and it is virtual. And I know that years ago, Emma and I attended it in person in Baltimore, and let me tell you, as a result of our attending Dream Builders, we are where we are today in many ways because of that. Because we went there, it was an exciting 3 days. We learned a lot. We came back home. We were at a point in our lives where I had just left the job where I was. Emma had just left the job where she was. And every morning we got up, we would go to the dining room table that is just behind this camera. We would sit at the table. We would do the lessons. We would listen to the meditations and all the other things that were a part of that. It set the course for our lives. And both of us were really operating on faith at that point. And now you know that she's opened up her therapeutic fast spot. You know that I am full-time as a professor at the University of Memphis, but we were casting a vision and sowing the seeds there because of that. But it's important to note that this Dream Builders Conference is virtual. And so we're going to be gathering in a place again. Thank you to Vertania Allen, who is providing this space for us to gather, and those who would like to participate. The caveat is that you must participate the full 3 days. It is not a come and go as you please, because it's going to be a full day. It is going to be a cost. There will be a cost of $150 per person, because the cost will go toward providing meals and other things for us during that time, during those days, because we're going to be there. We're going to be watching. We're going to be doing the exercises. We're going to be participating in other things. And there's going to be more that you'll hear about this, but this is a conference that is transformative, a conference that means a lot, that I think will provide with people, and we saw the opportunity that it was virtual, because we were saying, Em and I both were talking, we said, hey, we need to go to another Dream Builders. And so she searched online, we saw that it was going to be virtual this time. We went ahead, we already took care of the registration, and they said, feel free to invite as many people as you can for a watch party, but it is important that you attend that full time, and there'll be more information. You can talk to me in person more about it, or send me an email or text message with more questions. But that's January the 26th, which is a Friday, through January the 29th, which is a Sunday, also my mother's birthday. But anyway, again, I greet you in this brand new year, and I greet you in this manner. I greet you, I bless you, I see God.
Our affirmation for the month of January: I expect more in 2024. I am open to new opportunities, joy, and abundance in the coming year. My thoughts create my reality, and I choose positivity, growth, and success. This year, I manifest my best life. I expect more in 2024. Amen, Ashe, and so it is.
Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
All right, here we go. There is a God in the garden.
There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. There is a garden where everything grows, a beautiful garden where love is you.
That was sweet. That was
We done.
sweet.
We done.
Yeah.
No more.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are not your thoughts. You are only the thinker of the thought. If you don't like the way a particular thought is making you feel, then you can choose another one. Because you are not your thoughts.
Discover the art and science of creating an abundant future. Unlock your power to design a life you love through the Dream Builder Live virtual event with Mary Morrissey, January the 26th through the 28th. Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. We're asking that you commit to attending the full sessions. You can RSVP by going to our website, ohsc901.com. Please RSVP by January the 21st. There is a cost of $150 to cover the meals and also securing the location, but you'll get more details when you RSVP. This is a wonderful opportunity. Emma and I attended it in person in Baltimore back in 2007, and we both say that a lot of the progress that we have made over the years, us in our careers, was due to attending this event and then following up. It's an opportunity to start your new year on a wonderful, wonderful foot.
Hey, oh, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm taking my freedom,
Never let your good get in the way of your better. Never let your good get in the way of your better. Wherever you are right now, whether you're listening to me, whether you're watching, whatever it is, take a moment, pause, and say it. You can say it out loud, you can say it to yourself, but never let your good get in the way of your better. One more time. Never let your good get in the way of your better. Some of you might be like me, a fan of Mad TV, a TV show that came on in the past. It was a sketch comedy show. I love watching Mad TV. And one of the sketches that they would do on there quite often that was quite funny was one that was called Lowered Expectations. Lowered Expectations. And it really was a spoof on those dating services, so video dating services that were popular at one point. I don't know if they still are now, with the advent of smartphones and the internet and all of that. But back at those times, you would go in and you would watch a video of people that you thought, or that the agency very oftentimes thought might be a suitable match for you. And this particular agency, though, was one that was called Lowered Expectations. And it featured people who, for one reason or another, had things about them that made them a little less than desirable in terms of potential dating prospects. And so that was a part of the whole sketch. There were people who had a lot of quirks and idiosyncrasies and everything else, and it was a lot of fun to watch. While Lowered Expectations might be fun in terms of a sketch and spoof comedy show, Lowered Expectations for our lives is not so fun and not so funny. As a matter of fact, it can cause us a lot of issues, a lot of problems. And so I know that the theme for this month is I expect more in 2024. And I'm going to talk about how we can amp up our expectation and expect more in 2024, and also get lowered expectations, which a lot of times we will find ourselves having, whether we realize it or recognize it or not. Alan Cohen, in his book, Why Your Life Sucks and What to Do About It, talks about the fact, and I know that the title, several years ago at Open Heart, we did a book study on this particular book, and I know the title was a bit off-putting for a few people, and he acknowledges that. He said he did it for the shock value that it had. I chose the book for the shock value, but there were some very valuable lessons in there. And the whole idea of life sucking was more about our lives having the energy and the potential and everything else sucked out of us. But why your life sucks and what to do about it. And one of the reasons he names in the very beginning, in fact, I think it's one of the very first lines in the book, is the reasons why our lives suck oftentimes is because we expect them to. The reason why our lives suck very oftentimes is because we expect them to. Lowered expectations. And very often we can find that we have lowered expectations for our lives. I hope that you don't. And I hope that by the time that I finish this message this morning, and by the time I finish for the month, these messages for the month, that you will not have lowered expectations for your life. But he talks about the fact that the reason why many people's lives suck is because they expect them to. And while you might be thinking, well, that's kind of strange, it is, though, the way in which many people find their lives, and the way in which many people see things happening for them because of the fact that they expect them to. And you know, for me, that became apparent not too long ago as I was talking with some people who own what you might describe as a mom and pop business. And I was talking with them about ways to drum up their business and things they could do to improve things. And every time I said something or made a suggestion, I got a yes, but, a yes, but. And everything shot down. And most of those things that they use to shoot down the suggestions, well, you know, this is Memphis. You know, people aren't going to go for that. You know that people are not these days looking for that. the economy. And there were so many reasons why they had for why their business could not succeed. And I kept thinking to myself, no wonder they're having the struggles that they're having, because every time you bring something up, they will shoot it down. They've got lowered expectations for their business and for themselves. And that can happen for us. And see, I think that there's some reasons why. And I want to get at those this morning before I move on to talk about some ways we can move past lowered expectations. There's several reasons why oftentimes we find in life we have lowered expectations. One is that we accept phony limits from other people without question. Other people tell us we can't do something. Other people tell us we can't achieve something. Other people tell us we won't amount to much. Other people will impose their own values or their own prejudices or their own preconceived notions or their own limitations on us, and we will accept those without question. We will hear it oftentimes because it's a person that's an authority figure, a person who in our lives means something to us, or a person that we have made means something to us. And when they then impose limitations on us, we accept them without question. And often when we examine ourselves, when we're in a limited capacity, and you'll ask a person, well, why do you find yourself here? Why do you find yourself believing that? And they will begin responding, because so-and-so told me that, or I heard them say this or that, or they say, that whole group, they say. And oftentimes, without questioning the limitations, we just accept them. And that's one of the main reasons, one of the first reasons why it is. But here it is. I want to say something to you. Do not limit life to your beliefs. Do not limit life to your beliefs. Expand your beliefs to encompass all that life has to offer. Do not limit your life to your beliefs. Expand your life to all that life has to offer. There is more to life than what we believe. And we can expand our beliefs. We can begin believing that things are possible. And as we begin believing that things are possible, we can see ourselves beginning to achieve them. But that is one of the main reasons why very often we find ourselves in this. And I'm going to bring religion into this, because religion plays a big part in for why we have lowered expectations, why we have limiting beliefs. And I'm going to start off with one of the principles that for many people who practice Christianity find themselves dealing with, and that is the idea of original sin. Original sin. And that is, again, the idea that, these two people who were named Adam and Eve, who were in the garden, and they sinned because they have disobeyed God. And because of that, now we as humanity are condemned to this condition called sin, even though we had nothing to do with what happened then. And you have to understand that was not a historical happening. That was basically just a story that was told to explain certain things, and not really even, the story was not even really about original sin. It was about expanding consciousness and so much else that I'm not going to go into in this message. But that was what that story was all about. But it became a doctrine, and a doctrine that many people to this very day still believe in, still maintain the idea of original sin. And you hear me talk about the counter to that being original blessing. But the idea that we have this nature that we're conditioned, that we're born into, that is called sin, and we have to be saved from it, saved from our sins. And very often that is. Or there is another, and it has religious aspects and notions to it and beliefs to it, the idea that because of something that we have done in a past life, karma then condemns us to a less than satisfactory or less than fulfilling life now, because of something that had been lived in the past and something had been done in the past. And that's all a part of it. And so we find ourselves in these situations, in these circumstances. And when you add religion to that, it just is a double whammy. for the lowered expectations that very often that we have. And so there's also the idea that there's some type of guilt or inherited debt to a power that is outside of us, that is greater than us, and it then just results ultimately in lowered expectations. Another reason why often we find ourselves with lowered expectations is because we believe that struggle is required. That struggle is required. You've heard the notion, the idea, no pain, no gain. Life is hard. The thing about it, people talk about relationships, that there are three rings. There is the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and then the suffer ring, all of that. And so many other things that people, very often expressions and ideas and notions that people have that make us think that life is about struggle, and that life is about pain, and that we deserve the pain that we experience in our lives, and being that way, the struggle that we experience in our lives. But we have to look at this, that when we are moving through life and we begin experiencing emotional and psychological pain, it's not so much that we deserve those things. It's not about that, but it's a note. It's telling us that something is not right. It's just like the check engine light on your car. It is telling you that something is not quite right. And there's some things that need to be done in that situation, in that circumstance, that when those things begin to happen, when that happens, our emotions are a part of that value that can tell us, that let us know. But often people believe that struggle is required. The next one is that there are people who believe in, no, there are people who are addicted to drama, that are addicted to drama. There are some drama queens and drama kings that we all know and encounter in life. People who are always in the middle of mess. If they're not in the middle of mess, they are starting mess. They are bringing mess. They are bringing all the drama, all the smoke, in everything it is that they do. And everywhere you see them, everywhere you meet them, there's drama, drama, drama. People who are addicted to drama, who believe that life is about drama, and so much of what it is that we do, so much of what it is that we encounter, unfortunately, oftentimes is about drama. I know that there's been some drama that has happened in just the opening days of 2024. A friend of mine texted me something just today, and my response back to them was, we thought that 2024 was going to tip in quietly, but it seems like that it is busting the door down with drama, and so much that is happening, and so much conversation that is going on in social media and in other circles that has to do with drama. And people thrive on that. But see, drama is a choice. It's not an inevitability. It's a choice. It's not inevitable. Drama is a choice. And we can choose to participate in drama, or we can choose not to be involved in drama. But it is our choice, and we can choose not to do that. Another reason why people find they have lowered expectations is that they settle for less than what they need. They settle for less than what they need. People who are willing to forego certain things, oftentimes, again, it goes back to the idea of self-image and self-concept and self-esteem, and believing that with those things that they can settle for something less, and that even oftentimes that they deserve less. And so it makes it difficult then for people to, when we start talking about expecting more and moving into your highest good, your higher good, those things, because people feel like that they've got to settle, that that's their lot in life. We get stuck in the past. Yeah, I said it. We get stuck in the past, and very often being stuck in the past leads us to lowered expectations, because maybe there was a period or a point in our lives, a time at which we didn't encounter And we're not able to have all of the things and be in this frame of mind that we are now, where we expect more, to be in this frame of mind where we see that there are indeed infinite possibilities, to see that. And there's so often people get stuck in that. And I know that I talk to people often, and as you ask them about the ideas and notions that they have that keep them from thriving, that keep them from moving forward, that keep them from accepting and being open and available to more in their lives, you will find out that a lot of it is tied to and related to things that have happened to them in the past, and they can't let go. They don't recognize and realize, again, that the past is just a stepping stone. It's not a stop. And as Ernest Holmes reminds us, well, actually, Thomas Trott reminds us, is that principle is not bound by precedent. Principle is not bound by precedent. These particular principles that we talk about in New Thought, ancient wisdom, in ideas about achieving more, the ideas about understanding that our thoughts bring about the experiences that we have of creating our reality and all of that, the various principles that are part of the law of attraction, the law of correspondence, and all of these principles are not bound by precedent. They're not bound by what happened in the past. Maybe you didn't succeed in the past. Maybe you failed at something in the past. Maybe some of your dreams didn't come true. Maybe something else there, but that was the past. But it does not have anything to do with the present, with the now. Principle is not bound by precedent. We get stuck in the past. Another is being open and available to what is. In the Science of Mind, in the beginning, in the first 4 chapters, which the Science of Mind textbook, many people refer to those as the heart of that. And in one of the first 4 chapters, in the one entitled The Way It Works, the question is asked, how much good can you receive? And the answer to that is as much good as you can accept, as much good as you can accept. But oftentimes people limit themselves in the way of how much it is that we can accept. We again don't believe that we live in an abundant universe, even though there's evidence all around an extravagant universe. We don't believe that we are a part of a universe that is loving, because often people will focus on all of the other strife and the chaos and everything else. And I'm not saying be Pollyanna and ignoring those things, but recognizing that there's more. There's more to life. How much good can you have is as much as you can accept. And that is important. That's a vital understanding. But let's get to the ideas now about how we can move past lowered expectations, how we can get into a state of mind, frames of references that can help us move into the place where we begin expecting more in 2024. And the first is, when we start talking about that, is to begin reframing situations and circumstances in our favor. Reframing situations and circumstances in our favor. Begin looking at the fact that as things happen, even things that are adverse, even things that cause us heartache and pain, even other things that happen, begin seeing that in the midst of those things, there also are lessons to be learned. There also are ways in which we can see opportunities for growth, opportunities for overcoming, opportunities for understanding, opportunities for deepening our experience, deepening our level of consciousness, reframing those things. Very often going back to the past, looking at those things that have happened in the past and begin reshaping them and reframing them in a way that benefits us, telling ourselves not a story of defeat, but a story of victory. We have victory in overcoming stories, even those things that might have been debilitating. Everything else, but it's reframing things in our favor, finding, if you will, that silver lining. And I know people get caught up in, whoa, you're just talking about those things, but it helps with our self-concept and our consciousness and our awareness of all things. The next thing is to not lay guilt at our feet, at our own feet. Often we lay guilt at our own feet. We get caught up in those things. We carry around guilt. We have to learn how to let things go. Let things go and to move on. I talked about, and I talk about all the time about forgiveness and the idea that forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for ourselves. And when we can learn to forgive ourselves, when we can learn to forgive other people, then we find we can move beyond guilt that very often is in the situation. Don't pursue punishment. Don't pursue punishment. There are some times and some situations and circumstances where we pursue punishment. I can think about a student in one of my classes one time. I remember I was had been grading papers, grading exams, and I will admit it was at a time when I was tired. I was just have had some, busy weeks and busy things happening, but I had promised myself and maybe even the students that I was going to have a particular assignment back to them by a certain time. So I stayed up late. I was working through them, sort of rushing through them toward the end. And so when I handed the papers back to them, one student looked at his paper and he looked at his grade and he said, "Well, are you sure that this is the grade for this paper?" And he had a smirk on his face and he asked me again, "Are you sure that this is my grade for the paper?" And he still had that same smirk and that same, and he asked that one time too many. And I took the paper from him. I looked at it. I realized my mistake, the mistake that had been made in his favor. And I said to him, "You could have simply have accepted your paper and the grade that you had on and walked out of the classroom. But because you continually asked me of that," because he was not asking it he was asking it in sort of a cocky manner, and I could tell his attitude and everything else. Now I see it. I'm going to take it and give the grade that it should have actually gotten. He could have gotten away, but he felt for some reason in his mind that he deserved punishment, that he deserved that. And unfortunately, in my case, because by that time, because again, I was still tired, I was still feeling the rush of in the press of the week, he got what he felt was coming. So do not pursue punishment, but looking at life as being a life of reward. And as we see it as one of reward and we begin expecting the rewards of life, those things can come to us. To cultivate appreciation is so powerful. Cultivate appreciation. That means we spend time reinforcing the positive things in our lives. Things in our lives that are flowing, things in our lives that are a part of a positive nature, other people in our lives and experiences, and treasuring opportunities to be in nature, treasuring opportunities to make memories with others, all of the things, but reinforcing the positive in our lives, focusing on those things. As we do so, we begin opening up vistas and we begin opening up avenues in our lives and channels in our lives that bring about more. What we appreciate grows. And as we learn to appreciate things, those things grow in our lives. And as we do so, we move past lowered expectations to higher expectations. And then finally is the whole idea and notion. We've talked about it at Open Heart. We've done it as a part of our New Year's Eve celebrations in the past when we've had parties. That is to act as if. That is to begin even before it is happening, even before it is occurring in our lives, acting as if it is so. Understanding that as if there's a particular position that we wish to be in terms of employment or in terms of a relationship or in terms of places in our lives, begin asking ourselves, well, what would a person in this position or in this relationship or in this station in life be like? What would they be doing? What would they be seeing? How would they be acting? How would they be believing in all of that, and begin doing those things, becoming it even before we can see it happening in our lives, even before it has manifested. Acting as if is a very powerful notion and a very powerful practice that many of the spiritual teachers have been offering to us over the years. And I know that for myself and for many of us who have participated in those parties that we have, who have participated in those exercises, we saw and we are seeing those results happening for us. Often it doesn't happen right away, but as we look back on life, as we look back on the way and the conversations that we were having and how we were acting in that manner, because again, we have to remember that our subconscious mind, that which, and we talk about the creative medium that puts things into action, the thing that opens doors and all of that, doesn't know the difference between our imagining things and them actually happening. So as we begin imagining those things as if they were, then they start happening. You can remember the scripture that talks about, calling forth those things that be not as though they were. As we do that, we begin seeing things happening in our lives. And I'd like to close with something that many of people know and recognize from Marianne Williamson that I really love. And I think it just closes out this message in a powerful way, where she writes, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just within some of us. It is in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. This is the time I'm making the declaration here and now for myself and for each and every one of you that we are starting on this day, January the 7th, 2024, expecting more in 2024. I expect more in 2024. I expect more. I know that it's what you expect is what you get. Not what you see is what you get, but what you expect is what you get. And I am open and available to so much. And I invite you to join me in the same way, in the same manner of expecting more in 2024, watching it unfold as we travel through this journey called life and we navigate this thing in 2024. It's happening for us. We begin it today. We declare it. We see it. We know it. We understand it. We allow it. And as it happens, it is happening for us all. Amen, ashe, and so it is.
Say thank you, thank you, thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful, oh grateful, I'm so grateful. So I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this. this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Now thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. I wanna say thank you. Thank you. I wanna say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I wanna say thank you. I wanna say thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I wanna say thank you. I wanna say thank you. Just thank you. Thank you. I wanna say thank you. I wanna say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. Yeah. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I wanna just say thank you now. Just thank you now. 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 Each and every day I'm gonna say thank you.